Coming up next, Election Day is here, and voters across Pennsylvania and the nation are casting their votes. We have the latest on all the local races.
Plus, election security. We look at local trust in the system.
It's absolutely paramount that we believe in our democracy.
And where some Pennsylvania cities rank on the national list of best places to retire. The Centre County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Renata Dow.
And I'm Gabrielle Tyner. Thanks for joining us for the Centre County Report. Our top story: after months of campaigning, rallies, a debate, and negative ads, Election Day is finally here. Voters are casting their votes across Pennsylvania in the important midterm elections. Reporter Josh Portney starts our Vote 2022 live coverage at a polling place in State College. Josh?
I'm here at the Nittany Mall, which is the polling location for the North Precinct of College Township. This is one of the larger voting locations in the center region, with a little more than 2,600 voters being eligible to vote right here. Polls open today at 7 a.m., and it's been a steady stream of voters at polling places across Centre County. This is the polling place at Grace Lutheran Church in State College. There are lots of key races on the ballot this year, including governor, U.S. Senate, and a number of state house races.
Well, I just became a citizen a couple of years ago, and then I decided that I'm not going to miss a single election in my lifetime. So I'm here to just exercise my civic duty.
Polls are open until 8 p.m. tonight, and we'll be keeping an eye on turnout across the county and throughout the day. Reporting in State College, I'm Josh Portney. Back to you.
Thanks, Josh. Now let's take a look at the statewide and Centre County races we'll be covering tonight. In the U.S. Senate race, it's John Fetterman against Dr. Mehmet Oz. Fetterman has served as lieutenant governor for the past 3 years and was mayor of Braddock for 13 years. Oz is the son of Turkish immigrants and graduated from Harvard and the University of Pennsylvania. He's a retired surgeon and TV personality. Polls shows this race is a toss-up. We're also watching the U.S. congressional race tonight in District 15. That covers Centre County and much of North Central PA. It's longtime Republican incumbent Glenn Thompson taking on Democratic challenger Michael Molesevich. Thompson is from Bellefonte and was first elected to Congress in 2008. Molesevich lives in Lewisburg, graduated from Juniata College in Bucknell, and was mayor of Lewisburg in the 90s. In the governor's race, Democrat Josh Shapiro is up against Republican Doug Mastriano. Shapiro has been Pennsylvania's Attorney General for the past 5 years. Mastriano is a retired military officer who served in the state Senate since 2019. Both candidates made stops in State College in the past few days.
Now to the State House races. First, District 77, which covers part of western Centre County, including State College, Pine Grove Mills, and Port Matilda. The incumbent is Democrat Scott Conklin. He's challenged by Republican Steve Yetsko. Conklin is a Rush Township resident and was first elected in 2006. Yetsko has lived in Centre County for more than 20 years. He graduated from Penn State and has volunteered with the Boy Scouts and youth sports. Next up in State House District 82, which covers State College, Boalsburg, and north to Snowshoe. Democrat Paul Tatak takes on Republican Justin Behrens. Tatak has lived in Centre County for over 20 years and has served on the College Township Council. Behrens is a licensed social worker, and he's an Army veteran who served in Iraq. And here's a look at State House District 171. That covers part of eastern Centre County, including Bellefonte, Center Hall, and south into Mifflin County, including Lewistown. Republican incumbent Kerry Benninghoff is challenged by Democrat Robert Ziegler. Benninghoff was first elected in 1996 and is the current House Majority Leader. He lives in Bellefonte. Ziegler was born in Franklin County and now lives in Millheim. He serves on the Borough Council since 2018.
There's been a lot of talk about election and ballot security. Now the U.S. Department of Justice says it's monitoring polling in 24 states today, including Pennsylvania, for compliance with federal voter rights laws. The PA counties being monitored are Center, Berks, Lehigh, Luzerne, and Philadelphia. Megan Swift has more on election security, including a look at drop boxes in our area.
That's why I vote in person.
Election day is today, but thousands of Center County residents have already voted with a mail-in or absentee ballot. However, some voters, like 89-year-old Janice Curley, don't trust the security of the Dropbox system.
And the way they've been handled and what they are, and making them so easily to be either picked up, taken, or broken into is ridiculous.
County Commissioner Michael Pipe is the vice chair of the Center County Board of Elections. He says the Dropbox voting process is safe and secure. But elections officials did find 3 Dropbox locations already had ballots in them before they opened on October 25th, leading to some concerns. Pipe says the county took action by welding the openings shut until they officially opened.
At no point whatsoever was anybody able to retrieve anything from the boxes, so all the votes were safely secured, and when they were discovered through a strong chain of custody, they were brought back to the elections office here.
This year, 40 to 60 volunteers are counting ballots today at the Penn Stater Hotel and Conference Center. They opened the first envelopes at 7 a.m. and won't stop tabulating until they're done. Anyone can observe via live stream or in person.
We have some of the best policies and procedures in place, and really what you need to have when it comes to election security is checks and balances.
For example, Pipe says ballots were kept in a secure location and verified by multiple people before being counted.
It's absolutely paramount that we believe in our democracy. Ask good questions, but if you get an answer you don't want to hear, there's a difference between that and wanting to find something that's wrong.
Voters in Center County can return their ballots to a drop box like this one up until 8 p.m. the night of Election Day. Reporting in Bellefonte, I'm Megan Swift.
The state Supreme Court recently ruled that undated or unsigned ballots should not be counted in the official vote totals. Officials say 99% of Center County's results should be in by tomorrow afternoon.
We'll be covering the election throughout the day and into tonight. Our special live Vote 2022 coverage begins at 8 p.m. on our Center County Report YouTube channel. We'll also have updates on our social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But there's much more ahead on this newscast, including a new tropical weather threat that could bring us rain this week.
Plus, a famous Hollywood director and Penn State alum returns to State College for a special event.
Also coming up, local police are still taking some heat over a protest that turned ugly at Penn State. The latest, next.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. It's here. It's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American. We are there at the front line
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
Two weeks after a controversial event and protest at Penn State, some people are still voicing their concerns about the way police handled the situation. Anna Meyer reports.
So I ask, what the is the point of this police force, of UPD, of the state troopers?
The State College Community Oversight Board held a public meeting on Thursday to allow community members to talk about a recent Uncensored America event and protest at Penn State.
You're treating our speech like violence and their violence like speech.
You can't condemn State College police if they didn't do it.
The planned event brought the Proud Boys founder and controversial comedian Alex Stein to Penn State's campus. Protesters turned out, but things turned ugly when Stein appeared. And that led to spitting, shouting, and pepper spray being used. Police and riot gear moved in with horses, and eventually the university canceled the event over security concerns. Thursday's meeting gave people a chance to voice their concerns. After community members made personal statements, the board opened up the floor to allow them the opportunity to ask questions. Many directed their anger at police and their protocols.
The idea that students were being pinned against walls and being told to move and there were horses there was just madness.
Been used countless times in our area with positive results on crowd control.
I have no control over the state police.
Some said they didn't feel like police were protecting protesters.
Protecting a protesting crowd is about property, right?
Wow, so you came right out and said it. It's property over people.
State College Police Chief John Gardner said he hasn't seen videos from the protest.
I would appreciate if someone would follow up with that.
Do you not have access to it?
I don't have.
Some at the meeting later approached the chief to show him the events captured on camera. In State College, I'm Anna Meyer for the Center County Report.
The State College COB says it plans to take community input and make reservations for improvements and changes.
Others are voicing concerns of what they call racial issues on Penn State's campus. Reporter Isabella Leahy has more on a rally at University Park.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
With calls for racial justice, some Penn State faculty and others held a rally on campus to call on the university's president and administration to do more. In lieu of recent events here on Penn State's campus, students, faculty, and other community members are fighting for racial justice. The rally came after Penn State canceled plans to open a new center for racial justice. President Neely Bendapudi said that instead the university would focus on existing diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. Some at the rally held signs that read, "Make racism wrong again," and "Racial justice matters" at Penn State. More than 250 Penn State faculty members signed an open letter that questions the university leaders' response to things that call for racial justice.
When Penn State makes promises like funding the Center for Racial Justice, it needs to follow through.
When I got here, there were no black people in the political science graduate studies. None, zero.
Others claimed black faculty are leaving Penn State at 4 times the rate of any other racial group. Some at the rally also criticized the way the university handled the recent Uncensored America event.
Free speech just isn't about the Gavin McGinnises of the world. Free speech is about students' ability to come to this campus and to express opinions and to be safe and not be subject to the attack of Proud Boys.
In University Park, I'm Isabella Leahy for the Center County Report.
In their letter, faculty called Penn State's decision to not fund a new Center for Racial Justice a broken promise.
Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in. I'm student meteorologist Joey Walker with your CCR afternoon forecast for today. And what a beautiful election day it is shaping up to be here in Pennsylvania. We started off the day with some cloudier conditions, but that high pressure system has finally dominated the area, allowing for clear skies like these behind me to take over most of Pennsylvania today. So for right now in State College, 50 degrees with that sunny skies, and it also feels like 50 with those winds moving north at 6 miles per hour. Now, normally for this time of year, we'd expect our high to be 53 degrees and our low to be 37. But compared to those above average temperatures we saw, and even record-breaking temperatures over the weekend, it's much more cooler than we would normally expect for this time of year in November. But nowadays we are feeling much more seasonable. Again, 50 degrees here in State College, and that's more or less the theme throughout most of the Commonwealth today, with most of us sitting within the low to mid 50s. But as you get over to eastern Pennsylvania in cities like Philadelphia, Allentown, and Scranton, certainly getting into more of the higher 50s. But radar and satellite at the moment, not much going on, and that's because of that high pressure system currently sitting over the state, dominating the area, allowing for that clearing to occur. But directing our attention to the northwest portion of the states, there is a cold front that we're keeping an eye on, because this front's going to be tracking eastward and reaching Pennsylvania by Thursday night. Now, subsequently, at the same time, there is a coastal system that we're keeping an eye on, and her name is Subtropical Storm Nicole. Now, this is going to be bringing rain for Florida throughout today and into Thursday, but then that system's going to be snaking up the east coast off of the Atlantic side and then reaching Pennsylvania at the same time as that cold front. So here visually we can show you how this would be depicted. So that cold front's going to be coming in from the northwest, and then Nicole's going to be snaking up off of the coast. And when those two meet at the same time, it's going to be bringing a lot of substantial rain throughout the area. But throughout the day, Friday, that system is going to push up into the northeast and will clear out by Saturday morning. So for today, 54 degrees. It's election day. Make sure you cast your ballot if you haven't already. Going to be a very decent day today. And it's going to be much more chillier tonight with a low of 29 degrees. And for tomorrow, that high pressure system still hanging around in the area, allowing for clear skies and a high of 56 degrees with winds moving south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. 7-day forecast again today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Very clear and very seasonable for this time of year. But Friday, those systems meet and we start having that substantial rain. But it will clear out by Saturday and Sunday just in time for the weekend as well as into Monday. So overall, going to be very much rainy throughout Friday because of that subtropical system. But we're going to clear just in time for the game, I think, on Saturday.
Thanks, Joey. That's great news for the game. Now for Friday, maybe it's time to watch a movie.
You know, speaking of movies, the Center County Film Festival came to an end Sunday night, and the week-long event wrapped up with an award ceremony. Reagan Stoddard was there.
That's a wrap for the Center Film Festival. The week-long event ended with an award ceremony at the State Theater. Hollywood director and Penn State alum Stan Lathan was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award.
And this is an honor. It's my alma mater, so it makes me feel like maybe I didn't waste my time here.
Lathan is an award-winning director, producer, and mentor who's worked with some of Hollywood's biggest comedy stars.
As Center County's Film Festival comes to an end, people from all across the country are traveling to State College to celebrate today's awards ceremony.
Lathan and his wife Marguerite flew in from their home in California. Others attending the event live right here, like State College Mayor Ezra Naines.
And also wonderful to see on a night like tonight people who have connections to the community.
The evening wrapped up with live poetry and powerful words from Lathan after receiving his award.
I want to leave you with this. Set goals, but be willing to change them. When your world changes, so must you.
In State College, I'm Reagan Stoddard for the Center County Report.
For more information on future events, you can follow the Film Festival on Facebook and Instagram at Center Film. Now here's Danny Murray with sports.
Coming up in sports, the Nittany Lions look to build on their football win as they return to Beaver Stadium this week. Plus, Penn State hockey took on the #1 ranked team at Pagula. We'll have all the highlights next.
Light upon the
lost my skin. Think it's time I find my place here.
Fasten your seatbelt.
You're taking my breath away.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Amazing. Well, what are you waiting for?
You belong here. This is your home.
What is your sense now of the humanitarian situation?
This is making me emotional.
This experience I'm going to carry with me the rest of my life.
I'll always be so grateful for everything you did for me.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm Danny Murray with sports. Penn State football will try to stay on the winning track this week at home against Maryland. The Nittany Lions went on the road Saturday and whipped the Hoosiers. The Nittany Lions went on the road this week and crushed Indiana 45-14. After getting off to a slow start in the first quarter, the Nittany Lion backfield exploded in the middle quarters. The running back duo of Nick Singleton and Katron Allen combined for 4 touchdowns. Quarterback Sean Clifford didn't have a TD, but threw for 229 yards and an interception. Freshman quarterback Drew Allar took over in the third quarter and threw 2 touchdown passes to Theo Johnson and Harrison Wallace. With just 3 games left in the regular season, the Nittany Lions return home to Beaver Stadium this weekend to take on Maryland. The Lions moved up 2 spots in the AP poll rankings and now sit at 14, awaiting the newest college football playoff rankings on tonight. Kickoff for Saturday's game is at 3:30, and you can listen live on Penn State Com Radio with our team at Beaver Stadium. Penn State men's basketball will be back in action Thursday at the Bryce Jordan Center playing Loyola. Last night, the Nittany Lions opened their season at home with a 93-68 win over Winthrop. Penn State set a program record with 18 three-pointers. Jalen Pickett was the star, totaling 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Andrew Funk added 22 points. Coach Micah Shrewsbury spoke following the win.
I really wanted us to play well, because I've seen us play well in practice. I've seen what we've been able to do in practice, and I wanted it to show up tonight, and I'm happy with, for the most part, I'm happy with how we play.
Penn State men's hockey has broken into the top 10 rankings after splitting its weekend series against #1 ranked Michigan. The Nittany Lions upset the Wolverines on Friday 3-0. They had goals from Tor Linden, Ashton Calder, and Xander Lampa. More than 6,400 fans turned out at Pegula, the second largest crowd ever. The next night, Penn State fell behind 3-0 before storming back, but the Wolverines won in overtime 4-3. Penn State is now 9-1 on the season and ranked number 8. Penn State Wrestling opens its new season Friday at Rec Hall against Lock Haven. The Nittany Lions have won 9 of the last 11 NCAA wrestling championships, including last spring. Individually, Penn State has 4 returning champs in Roman Bravo Young, Carter Starachi, Aaron Brooks, and Max Dean. The team is ranked number 1 in the nation.
We know they have a really good team. You know, they've had a very successful dual team, especially recently, very tough. So, yeah, we're expecting a great match and looking forward to competing.
Friday's duel starts at 7 p.m. at Rec Hall. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Danny. Coming up next, find out where the #1 place to retire is And if you think it's a tropical paradise, the answer might shock you.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Support your PBS station and you can get Passport, giving you full seasons, early releases, special collections, and more. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front line
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
Where do you hope to retire? U.S. News and World Report has released its latest Best Places to Retire list, and the results may be a surprise. And Meyer explains.
When people think of retiring, many daydream about a warm and tropical place.
Probably Florida.
Probably somewhere in Florida. There's a lot of old people there.
Personally, Florida.
I think Phoenix, Arizona, just because it's warm.
I want to say San Diego.
But how about retiring right here in Pennsylvania?
While it may seem like a shocker, Lancaster, PA tops the list for #1 place to retire in the United States with an overall score of 7.2.
Lancaster has a 6.4 ranking for housing affordability and 8.3 ranking for healthcare. Some people we talked with were shocked when they found out Lancaster ranked #1 and other PA locations made the top 10.
Really? Nah, that's so funny.
What? Wow. Did not expect that.
I think that's so wild, honestly, because it's just cold here.
That's pretty surprising.
I don't know enough about Lancaster. I mean, there are a lot of Amish people.
Like Pennsylvania? That's pretty funny. I don't know what there is to do.
The top 10 list includes Lancaster, Harrisburg, Pensacola, Tampa, York, Naples, Daytona Beach, Ann Arbor, Allentown, and Reading, PA. Peter Caradia is originally from Allentown and says it has its perks.
I wouldn't say like too exciting, but I like it.
In State College, I'm Anna Meyer for the Center County Report.
The locations were ranked based on housing affordability, healthcare, and to create the overall score.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us tonight for a special live election coverage beginning at 8.
We also have breaking election news on our Center County Report social media. You'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a great afternoon.
Join us for live local election coverage from Center County Report starting tonight at 8 on our YouTube and social media channels.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.